What is he in for this Saturday night?
A ruler weekend. A ruler weekend for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But
the IQ, the skill level, just being the overall cerebral assassin in the ring. He ain't never been in there with someone like me up to date. You know what I'm saying?
Losing the last 2 fights.
Gervonta Tank Davis wants to change the story in 2025 after having only one fight in 2024. Davis said he plans to fight 3 times in 2025. But more than just that, he's ready to make his first opponent of the year an example, to show others who the real Gervonta Tank Davis is.
Be his.
Can't do wait.
For real. Y'all better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was quiet, if y'all was loud.
He got the whole hood over there.
Like, twist it up. I don't give a fuck
Y'all
about none
can
of that.
do whatever
I don't
y'all
care about
want.
none of
My
that.
mother, he
I
can't
don't care
stop
about no
nothing.
hood.
Davis, who is the world boxing organization, WBO lightweight champion, hasn't fought 3 times in a year since 2019. Since 2023, he has only fought 3 times, winning all of them, with stoppage wins over Hector Luis Garcia, Ryan Garcia, and a 7th-round knockout of Frank Martin in his most recent fight on June 15th. I will definitely stay in the ring more this year, Davis said at the media workout. Hopefully I will have 3 fights this year. The first challenge in Davis's plan to fight 3 times this year is facing World Boxing Association, WBA, junior lightweight champion Lamont Roach.
When you do.
it actually feel like a home run, like when someone hit the bat and it just.
Roach is coming off an 8th-round stoppage win over the previously undefeated Fargal McRow on June 28th. He also won a split decision against Hector Luis Garcia on November 25, 2023. The only loss in Roach's career was a unanimous decision, defeat to Jamel Herring on November 9, 2019. Roach hasn't fought above 130 pounds since 2017. Tank has become one of the biggest stars in boxing, but his lack of activity is one of the biggest criticisms of his career. If he stays more active and arranges fights with other lightweight champions like Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, or Vasily Lomachenko, Davis could prove himself as one of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's
y'all
gonna get fucked up over here. What do I look like getting fucked up?
4:30 p.m. on Wednesday. About 45 minutes after he was supposed to be in the ring for his media workout, Gervonta Tank Davis finally walked into Gleason's gym in Brooklyn, New York. He was wearing pink sweatpants and a hoodie pulled over a Yankees cap. Tank stretched and wiped sleep from his eyes while waiting to speak with Premier Boxing Champions host Miguel Flores. After a few minutes, Davis stepped out of the ring and left, disappearing onto the streets of the Dumbo district without throwing a single punch or speaking to reporters. Since Davis had already done a media workout last week in Washington, D.C., where he also held his training camp, and with weigh-ins only 48 hours away, it's understandable that he didn't want to work out in public before such an important.
For me.
Now, going into this fight against Lamont Roach, this is your first fight for 2025. What are you hoping to accomplish this year in 2025? And it all begins this Saturday.
The World Boxing Association, WBA lightweight champion Davis, promises there will be much more to see this Saturday when he faces Lamont Roach Jr. at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. You'll see fireworks, Davis said. I'm sharp, fast, and explosive. Lamont is sharp too. It's going to be a banger, and the fans will be the real winners this Saturday night. Davis, 30, from Baltimore, will be fighting at Barclays Center for the 4th time, but it's his first time in nearly 3 years. He says it's a welcome return to the place where he won his first world title, stopping Jose Pedraza in 7 rounds to win the IBF junior lightweight title in 2017. He also says he wants to be more active in 2025 than he was in 2024 when he fought just once, knocking out Frank Martin in 8 rounds last June.
Hopefully I got 3 fights this year. Hopefully. But I'm looking forward to Lamont Roach.
The plan, he says, is to fight 3 times in 2025. Davis hasn't fought 3 times in 1 year since 2019. His opponent, Roach, 25, from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, is the current World Boxing Association WBA junior lightweight champion. Though Roach is moving up in weight for this fight, like Davis, he hasn't fought since last June. He's on a 6-fight winning streak since his only pro loss to Jamal Herring, a southpaw like Davis, in 2019. In contrast, Roach did the longest public workout of all the boxers at Wednesday's event, completing 2 rounds on the pads while his father and trainer Lamont Roach Sr. looked on. Roach is in for a rude awakening for sure. He's hyping himself up, but it comes down to skill, said Davis.
Not necessarily, but it is a little get back that I gotta get, for sure. For sure.
Whoever has the better skill that night will be the winner, said the WBA lightweight champion. Davis has secured big wins over top opponents like Leo Santa Cruz, Yuriorkis Gamboa, and Ryan Garcia, showing his skill and dominance in different situations. His next title defense against Lamont Roach Jr. in New York, scheduled for March 1st, is expected to keep his winning streak going, 30 wins, 0 defeats, with 28 wins by knockout. It's good to be Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Now 30 years old, the Baltimore native remains one of the most popular fighters in boxing.
Yeah, that's a goal of mine. But regardless, I mean, after I win, I'm gonna defend that both until I.
He's not as famous as Mayweather or Pacquiao. Davis is popular enough to headline a pay-per-view event against an opponent most people think has no chance of winning. Lamont Roach has only lost once in 26 fights, and he's had 1 draw, but few, if any, are giving the Maryland native a chance when he faces Davis this Saturday night at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. Even though this might not be the fight fans are most excited about, Davis has said he wants to fight 3 times in 2025. The reality is, Davis is fun to watch. He's fast, more skilled than people might think, and extremely powerful. Why is Davis so popular? Because he's entertaining and talented, and that's all he needs to be in today's fight game.
Make 30 no more. Whooping his fucking ass. That's the key. Staying in control, though. Staying in control. That's the key.
Here, Lamont.
Away, Davis is a throwback to the Mayweather-Pacquiao era, where a popular fighter could make money no matter who they faced. The same is true for Canelo Alvarez. Although Davis isn't likely bringing in the high 6- to 7-figure viewership numbers that Floyd and Manny did in their prime, he still brings in enough viewers to only fight on pay-per-view these days. He also has the ability to fill arenas with fans, and it all comes down to those explosive finishes that the fighter known as Tank is famous for. Davis's biggest fight so far was his win over Ryan Garcia 2 years ago in Vegas. Both fighters were popular enough that the bout was a real super fight. Garcia was never able to dominate Davis, and Davis knocked Garcia down in the 2nd round, then put him down for good in the 7th.
Stay in the ring more this year, for sure. I probably got,
People are hoping for Davis to have another big high-level fight. Shakur Stevenson, in particular, comes to mind as a possible opponent. Before he signs up for another huge bout, though, Davis has to get through the determined Roach. Sure, everyone expects Tank to win again on Saturday, but this is boxing, a sport where you can never really know what will happen. Since his professional debut in 2013, Tank Davis has had a fast rise, becoming a big name in boxing with his ability to fill arenas and attract huge crowds. However, the lightweight division has taken an unexpected turn. Kesson Davis, the newly crowned World Boxing Organization, WBO, lightweight champion, has publicly declared that he is no longer looking to fight the undefeated Gervonta "Tank" Davis.
hopefully I got 3 fights this year, hopefully. But I'm looking forward to Lamont Roach.
Kesson Davis, who recently won the World Boxing Organization WBO title by knocking out Dennis Barrick in the 4th round, made it clear that GervontaDavis is no longer his main target. In an interview on the Ariel Helwani show, Kessan didn't hold back, saying, "I'm not chasing Tank, let's put that out there. Damn, Tank. For real. Tank knows I want to fight him. His coach knows I want to fight him. The boxing world knows I want to fight him. The question is, does Tank have the guts to fight me?" These bold statements have sparked a lot of discussions in the boxing community.
Still trying to buy tickets. You know, you broke the record the last time, the highest grossing gate for a boxing event at Barclays Center. There's been
Many are wondering if Kessan is trying to provoke Gervonta or if he has really moved on from the potential matchup with him. With TerenceDavis seemingly out of the picture, the question on everyone's mind is, who will dare to challenge Tank Davis next? Known for his devastating knockout power and tactical brilliance, Tank remains one of the most feared fighters in the sport. The uncertainty around his next opponent adds an interesting layer to the lightweight division, leaving fans eagerly waiting for announcements.
Expect between you and Roach Saturday.
Just fireworks, man. Just 2 kids that's coming together to put on a great performance.
At just 25 years old, TerenceDavis has a bright future ahead. His decision to step away from a potential fight with Gervonta Davis could be a smart move to focus on other opportunities and build his own legacy. The lightweight division is full of talent, and Kessan has the chance to face other top champions and contenders. His next steps will be important in shaping his career and securing his place in boxing history.
What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing.
You don't think he's better than any of the guys you
face?
face?
Looking more better than him. Who that? Keyshawn.
Speaking to Cigar Talk, Kessan said that Tank and his team are worried about the challenge. That's up to Tank. If Tank wants to see it for himself, send a contract and I'll sign it. Outside of the money to be made, I will fight him with the same energy he's bringing. He can't do all the tricks and games he's been doing with other people. He can't do that with me. Yes, I'm ready for that. He can't mess with me, bro. Him and his coach know that. The bald-headed guy told me, just don't call Tank out for the rest of the year. Those guys are worried. They want me to move to 140, to get out of 135, so I won't be too big for them, and they won't have to fight me anymore. No, I'm staying at 135, and I'm going to be here until you fight me.
Way more better than this nigga.
So you would rather
keep screaming this nigga name, he haven't done nothing.
Again, while TerenceDavis is set for his first world title fight on Friday against Dennis Barriault, that isn't stopping him from setting his sights on one of the biggest stars in boxing. The businessman went on Fight Hub TV and talked about a potential fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. While that fight is one many fans would love to see, Kessan doesn't think he'll get an offer to fight Tank. I would love to fight Tank, Kessan said. He doesn't have the guts to fight me. I really feel that way. I don't think he has the guts to sign a contract and fight me.
Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have...
Who won an Olympic silver medal in 2021, has quickly moved up the ranks and is set to fight for a world title in just his 13th pro fight. With a win, Kessan would join major title holders at lightweight like Vasyl Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, and Tank Davis, while any combination of those 4 fighters facing each other would make for one of the best fights in boxing. Kessan versus Tank could make a strong case as the best of them all. But as big as that fight could be, Kessan said he isn't going to chase a bout against Tank.
Defense only winning basketball and
Instead, he plans on making his own path and seeing where it leads him. Kessan also compared it to the situation with Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez, saying there are 2 top guys, but one is waiting for the other to show interest in a potential fight. I'm just waiting for you to send me a contract, bro, Kessan said. I feel like with me and him, making the fight is easier because everybody knows who the A side is. Everybody knows what's going on when it comes down to me and him. As far as making the fight, I feel like it's actually a really easy fight to make, and it's definitely easy to promote. The famous rapper Lil Yachty was very blunt in asking Gervonta about whether his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach would be the last of his career. The boxer gave a response that reassured his fans. "I have more plans, definitely some more heads on the wall," Tank commented without a doubt. This will give his fans peace of mind, as he often talks about the idea of retiring and not coming back.
No, you did it. Bro, he pushed me. He pushed me. Look, they try to hold me back. I done got passed by.
Gervonta Tank Davis did not hide the fact that he is very happy with his career, but he has a thorn in his side because he wanted that fight no matter what. "In the back of my mind, I was like, damn, he was a fighter that I was supposed to fight, or I was asked to fight," said Gervonta. Who is he talking about? Tank refers to Vasyl Lomachenko. Last year, they were very close to closing negotiations for that fight, but everything went downhill once the Ukrainian decided to pause his career.
Security guards. No, it was like 5. I got past like 5 security guards. They guys see me. I had to go round back. I went round back like, all right, you try to leave.
However, Davis does not support those who criticized Lomachenko for not accepting the proposal and is very sure that it's not about fear. "I felt like he didn't like people saying he was scared or something like that." "I don't think that's the case," the Baltimore boxer said. In this case, Tank is on the Ukrainian side, thinking more about his family now that he's older and has kids. Now it's more about the kids. "I feel like, all that energy, I mean, we still want to make money, but now 80% is about the kids," he said.
Dang, though. He pushed me and started running. The fuck? Low cap.
On the other hand, retirement for Loma could be very close. According to his ideas, he set December 2024 as the date to stop being a professional boxer. For now, he still does not speak out and only leaves intrigue in the world of boxing. During the first official press conference for Davis versus Roach, Tank lifted the veil from the expectations fans could have from him. When asked about what his schedule in 2025 looked like, he straight away hinted at hanging up his gloves. He said, "After next year, I'm out of it, out of the sport."
What changed? What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Martin press conference. It looked like you were like, the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment. And now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously